All right.
What's happening? I'm Robert Lasardo. I'm sitting here with my boy Matt. We're here in the great big studio of Paramount Pictures. Getting ready to do another Nip Tuck. I play Escobar Gallardo. Badass. Can I say badass?
You can say whatever you want.
Badass show. Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck.
You've been one of the most recognizable characters throughout the history of the show. Just talk about what the character means to you and what it's been like playing this character for a long time now. And we never seem to be able to get rid of you.
Can't keep a good man down or a bad man down. What does the character mean to me? Character means good times. Character is all about good times. Character is all about making fun of those things that people, I think, maybe trip on. You know, things that people have hang-ups about. Maybe Escobar's a mirror to the idea of morality, or the perception of morality. Maybe Escobar is the archetype in which we all have to look at the mirror at some point in our lives and come to terms with who we are, and then Escobar shows up in the mirror with you going, hey man, remember me? Yeah, stuff like that. I think that's what Escobar is all about. And I think the way Ryan has created this character and allowed Escobar basically just to have a good time with it has made it enjoyable for me, because some of the stuff I tend to do is a bit dark. So to integrate humor and intelligence into the character is welcomed and appreciated. Thank you, Ryan, once again. I love you.
And is there a favorite moment, a favorite episode, a favorite Escobar scene that you've had in your time here?
There's so many, but one stands out in my mind. I think it was the episode entitled Joan Rivers. I think it was the first episode where the writers decided to introduce the idea of Escobar in a dream sequence. This idea of Escobar showing up at Sean's inn, you know, his nightmares, his conscience, or whatever. And I remember that episode because I think it was the first time they let me dance a little bit to the song by Gary Newman called Cars, which I love that song. It trips me out because when I was a kid, give me a little one in my history, I used to love listening to that song all the time. I was always fascinated when that song would come on and go into this kind of hypnotic state, and then here we are. But that particular episode where Escobar challenges Sean to stand toe-to-toe with the carver and man up a bit, grab a hold of his cojones and stand up to the man. I think that was one of my favorite episodes. One, because I got to dance. Two, because just the way they put that thing together, it reminded me a little bit of the Freddy Krueger character from Nightmare on Elm Street. The way Escobar would appear in one sequence, then they jump cut it, and then he'd be on the other side of the room, then he'd be back on the operating table, and Sean's head was spinning around like something from The Exorcist, man. It was a great, for me, you know, being a very critical viewer of my own work, I think it was probably the most enjoyable episode that I got to sit down and watch. I mean, everybody has their own thing. People come up to me all the time and say, oh man, I love doing this episode. I love this particular scene. I love when Escobar did this. I love when Escobar did that. But for me, I think Joan Rivers, man, that sequence was it for me. But not to discount any of the others.
Of course not.
I loved it all, but for me, I just loved the way they put that scene. Because it was funny. It was like Escobar, scary, but kind of cute and funny at the same time. I like that.
Well, Robert, thanks so much for checking in. We're glad to have you back, and hopefully it won't be the last time we see you here. See you soon.
All right, well, peace.